Mike Stanley's on the phone. Mike Stanley's from Chicago. Mike Stanley is a comic from Chicago. Mike Stanley has helped us out. Mike?
Get it on.
Get it on, my brother.
How you doing, man?
Good. I should tell people that we're doing a digital party on Facebook to celebrate the success of Fund Anything and the campaign. And Mike shared it with 4,000 fans. So thus, he is on the pod today. Also submitted stand-up. How's the stand-up going, Mike?
It's going good, actually. I'm out of Chicago now. I moved to L.A., and I've been there for like a month, and then I had to immediately go back on the road, and I've been on the road for 3 months straight. So I'm kind of in between. Right now I'm in Detroit, which is where I'm originally from.
Yeah, I was watching some of your comedy, and it was really funny from talking about being from Detroit. And
yeah, it's funny to be back here, and they claimed bankruptcy while I was here, which was hilarious. It was like your gay friend coming out of the closet. It's like, yeah, we already know. We knew. We support you. We get it.
When Lance Bass announced he's gay, everyone was could have been bowled over with a feather. My big beef with Detroit is I've said I stayed at like the Detroit Marriott, and it was snowing. And my view out my window was the roof of another building that had like a big air conditioning compressor on it, and then the freeway, and then a sign of a missing child by the side of the freeway, with a reward thing. That was my view through the snow. But every time I clicked on my Marriott TV, it was, we have other exotic Marriott destinations, Maui, Kauai, Bora Bora. And it's all these island shots with people going down like water slides and stuff. And I'm like, don't do this to me. I want to kill myself now, looking out the window at the missing kid. Yeah.
Just taunting you with nicer places you could be instead of
Yes.
Detroit.
I've said the policy should always be you can only show lesser Marriotts. Like wherever you are.
Thank God you're not here.
Yes. If they have a Beirut Marriott or one in Crete, then you can show that. Because I'm staring at a picture of a missing kid that's covered with snow.
Yeah.
Also, yes.
Your view could have been like down the barrel of a gun.
Yes, to be fair,
it could be worse.
To be fair, also there was a guy smoking out. There's no smoking indoors anymore, obviously, which is all right when you're from California, but when you're from Detroit and it's snowing outside, you have to go. Poor guy to go sit by a vending machine outside, like covered with snow, like he was covered with snow, like trying to smoke in a snowstorm. Made it that much sadder.
That's commitment.
And then there's Coney Island dogs. Can you please, Mike, as someone from that area, please tell me how Coney Island dogs work? There's one Coney Island dog, then there's, I don't know what store, and then another Coney Island dog right next to it. And they're almost.
Those are. I think that's a feuding family. That's like an ongoing feud between Lafayette and National Coney Island, is what you're talking about. That's like an ongoing feud. Like they work.
Oh, so that's like the Hat Tards and the Tardcoys? Because they've opened the same shitty restaurant 40 feet, not 40 feet, 9 feet away, and they have the same scary people working at both places.
But they're totally different.
You can't name what's a better hangover food than those, though? Like that's really the pinnacle of hangover food.
I don't mean to offend any of the good people from the bankrupt city of Detroit, but I will say this. We made a point to go to Coney Island Dog. Mike August, who eats like a stoned pelican, was very excited about going to Coney Island Dog and never stopped complaining about what a mediocre hot dog it was. I mean, he ate 6 of them and all the chili fries as well, but he never stopped complaining the entire time.
These are terrible.
Yeah. And
I don't know, man. I don't know what's in them. I don't know. I don't ask. If you're from Detroit, you just grow up. You're just ingrained with that in your system. You
and the Dawn of the Dead extras that work at that place. That's really the reason you go there. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrifying. I think Attell has a bit about how Detroit just looks like the apocalypse already happened. I mean, he talks about it, I think, but it's bad, man. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It just keeps getting worse, and I love it. I support it, but it's like, man, it's just fucked at this point. The politicians have pretty much just drained any income whatsoever. I mean, we had that Kwame Kilpatrick guy who was basically like Suge Knight with a stash. I mean, he basically just picked up the city and just shook as much money out of it as he could. I mean, it's It's real bad.
But you're out of there. You're on the road. What's life on the road like for you? Are you headlining? Are you middling? Are you opening? What do you do?
I'm headlining. I've been headlining since 2006. Unless I play like the improvs, like I'll be at the Tampa Improv next week with Mo Mandel.
Mm-hmm.
But that's real. I mean, those are the only places that I end up featuring, which is fine with me. I don't mind featuring for guys like that. I mean, like the higher caliber guys. You know, like I just did Just for Laughs. I was with Artie Lang. It's like I'll feature for those dudes. That's fun.
I love
for the
Artie
most part,
Lang.
I'm headlining everything.
Don't you love Artie Lang?
He was the sweetest guy, man. I honestly, like, he was the sweetest guy I've ever worked with. He was just such a nice guy. And then he invited me out to New York to do his TV show, and hopefully we can put that together in September when I'm out there.
I'll say this about Artie Lang. It's a business where everyone has an excuse. Like, so-and-so can't make this or that because so-and-so has to be, and most of it is bullshit. Artie Lang had a pretty good excuse for not doing our live stand-up show at Caroline's, which is on the other side of town, 60 blocks away. He had to do his show, which starts promptly at 10 o'clock at night. So our show started at 8. He could have easily said, I got to get there by 9 and do prep or whatever. I got to leave an hour early or I have to work that night.
Yeah.
Not only did he do our show, he stayed until like 9:35 and he went, as long as I got enough time to make it, we'll be fine. And to be fair to me, I went and did his show.
And on top of that, he always brings it as a guest. He never mails it in.
You know why? And Mike, maybe you feel this way too. As I always say, don't do it for me, do it for you. Do you want people going, hey, that guy Mike Stanley kind of sucked? Or, hey, I usually think Artie's pretty funny, but not so much on the last podcast. Like, it's nice for me that you're bringing it, but it's better for the audience and then ultimately better for you because that then becomes your fan base as well.
Real quick, you talk about instilling in your kids like a motor, which is really good. Another good skill is just the desire to outperform, no matter what people expect of you, always wanting to do a little better. Like
yes.
Artie's at a certain point in his career, he's established, he's well known, but he always seems like he wants to at least do what people expect, if not a little better.
Well, and also...
And there's other comedians, obviously, who don't.
Once you set that bar of, Artie's always funny on Adam's show, then Artie always has to be funny on Adam's show. Mike, you don't have to be funny because you don't have a rich history of being funny on my show.
Right, no one knows who I am, too, so there's no real pressure here for me.
Right, yeah, let's start off with setting the bar fairly low. So you shared this with 4,000 fans, the virtual party.
Man, I don't know if you saw, but the number jumps pretty quick. Everybody jumped on it, and they're going to show up to this party, man. It's going to be great. I'm super excited. So,
you can go to www, which I said we don't need to say.
You said it more than you normally do there.
I know, because this one I feel like it needs a .party@adamshouse.com and check it out. Get your invite to the party. Mike, thanks so much.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to the movie, and I support it, man. I like the grassroots operation. I'm glad no Hollywood fucks are kind of tinkering with it, and it's all yours, man. I think it really changes the game for everybody, I think, just to be able to watch someone like you just take it to the next level and do what you want to do on your own terms. And I'm happy to be a part of it, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys select me to be in it because I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm road ready, and I'm hard. So there you go.
Thanks. I like always end with homoerotic overtones. That's what my grandfather used to tell me. When you're trying to get a gig, always go homoerotic.